كنت انطر للقصص تكون perfect تبلشها. That's why بعد 10 سنين من ما قلت بدي بلش يوتيوب channel I'm starting my own YouTube channel. مع انه كان عندي يوتيوب channel من قبل and you can check out my videos, but it wasn't the way that I wanted to start it. So I learned over the years that you need to start and then make it better. I learned that action is what cures fear. Execution is what gets you there. And it's what opens the doors for things in the future. So 10 years later, welcome to my YouTube channel. كتير أيام بنكون عم نعمل قصص نتعود عليها ومنخاف إنه نغيرها ونعمل قصص جديدة. بس for me, my compass دايماً what's authentic to who I am and what is true to who I am. ولاحظت إنه أكتر طريقة بقدر وصل valuable content for people هي when I'm in conversation with them. وقت أكون قاعدة مع رفقاتي وعم بحكي معهم. وقت أكون on stage and I'm just talking to people. وقت أكون in my sessions and I'm just talking to my clients. This is when people get the most out of me. When I stand in front of a camera وكون عم بحكي لدقيقة كرمال one reel, I feel like, yes, this is valuable. And it is valuable. And I get your comments and I love them. But is it as valuable as I can be to you? It's not. So that's why I had the idea to start couch conversations with you. To talk to you as if you guys are my friends, which you are, and to just take it from there and see where that conversation takes us. في كتير مواضيع بدي أحكي عنها. في كتير قصص بدي أخبركن عنها لأنه بعرف إنها رح تفيدكن رح تفيد حياتكن. So we will be talking about them starting from this couch with one conversation and seeing wherever other conversations go. رح تلاحظوا إني عم بحكي نص عربي نص English لأن again I want it to be as authentic as it is to me. لأن أنا هيك بحكي بحياتي الطبيعية. ساعة بحكي كلمة English, ساعة بحكي كلمة French, ساعة بحكي كلمة عربي. Welcome to being Lebanese. إذا بدكن إنه تستفسروا أكتر عن موضوع معين أنا بحكي عنه, please leave it in the comments. I will be answering them. I will be checking all of them. And I will be trying to help you get as much value as you can from whatever I am given. So let's start. ليلي ما بيعرفوني وجداد على هيدا الchannel أو على my social media pages, my name is Maria Saab. I'm a high performance coach أو مدربة أداء عالي. بشتغل مع executives, entrepreneurs, leaders, professional athletes and artists mentally. بساعدهم إنهم يتخطوا كل الحواجز subconscious limiting beliefs اللي بيوقفون عن إنهم يوصلوا ل the highest version of themselves. وبساعدهم إنهم to train themselves and to help them realize and know how to become the highest version of themselves and reach peak performance sustainably. شو يعني sustainably؟ يعني مش نهار I'm at my peak state ونهار I'm really low and I don't know what to do. It's normal. Life is all ups and downs. But how do I navigate my downs? And what's the meaning that I give to those downs? This is what differentiates you between an average person and a real champion. So besides that, I'm also an international speaker. I'm a corporate trainer and I'm the founder and CEO for Home of Greatness. I will tell you more about that. I'll keep it at this right now. Right now, what we're doing through Home of Greatness is that we're doing a lot of retreats, masterclasses, and workshops to people who know that they're born for something bigger, but there's something holding them back, to leaders, professional athletes, and artists to really help them and provide them with the right kind of support that helps them to get to their full potential. Right kind of support in terms of education, information, coaching, mentorship, community and connection, and so many other things that are coming through. We'll keep you updated. I cannot wait to tell you all about it. It's what I've been building and wanting to build and my visions since I was 14 years old. And I will not stop. If you know me, you know I will not stop until we all get there together. So why did I choose this path? Why do I help people to reach their full potential? Why is authenticity my own compass? And why do I always work on 4 pillars? The mind, the body, the heart, and the soul. ليه مهمين؟ ليه أنا if I want to reach peak performance ليه بدي أطلع على الأربعة مش على واحدة منهم؟ حتى example athletes. When athletes want to become better, most of them what they do is that they spend so much time at the gym, in the trainings, shooting, let's say basketball, with their coaches, with their teams, on their own, with their trainers, everything. And even to take care of their food. So they really focus on the technical skills. which is so important. That's where you master your skill. And they really focus on their physical fitness, whether it's through food, sleep, sometimes, not all of them, which is super important. We'll talk about that at some point, and their physical health. But is that enough? We see a lot of athletes not getting accepted into teams, getting out of competitions because of their attitude, because of the way that they talk, because of the way they react, because of parts of their character and personality, and that stops and limits their growth. So are these athletes really at their peak potential, even if they are the hardest working people in the room? I would say there aren't, from my own experience and from my clients' experiences. Most of high performers, most of the leaders, most of the athletes, even artists, they think that if I focus on my emotions, the emotions that bring me pain, the emotions that are so hard for me to handle, that if I know if I go there, I'm going to probably spend a week isolated. I'm going to be crying. I'm not going to be feeling well. I don't know even how to deal with these things. That's going to stop me from mastering my craft. I know that's a common fear. I've worked with a lot of high performers and I hear this all the time. But let me explain to you something. If you're carrying on all of these pains and all of these emotions with you every single day into practice, into the boardroom, to the meeting room, into your leadership style, what you're doing is that you're not really operating from your full potential because you're carrying negative energy and negative frequency that is lowering the kind of energy that you're putting out to the outside. That's not going to make you work out in the best way possible. That's not going to make you lead in the best way possible because subconsciously you are acting from those emotions that you still carry and that you still hold on to. I always say that we are conscious beings, subconsciously driven. That means that even if you consciously know the right way to do things, your actions, behaviors, and decisions are always going to follow your subconscious wiring or your true beliefs about who you are at the core and about what you deserve or what you don't deserve. And if at the core you truly believe I'm not good enough, that's why I want to work so hard to prove it to other people. If at the core you truly believe that I'm not worthy of love, that's why you push away the people that truly love you. Your decisions, actions, and opportunities even that you attract into your own life are going to reflect those beliefs. Even if you know I need to be thinking that I am worthy, that I am good enough, I am worthy of love, I am loved, but you don't really believe that, you're going to open up your eyes one day and you're going to realize I'm surrounded by people who make me feel like I'm not worthy, people who make me feel like I'm not good enough. I'm getting opportunities that I know I could get better. How can I get better even though I'm the hardest working person in the room? You start from your internal conversation, not from changing the outside, from looking at the inside. So you're really limiting yourself no matter how hard you work on the outside. As long as on the inside you don't believe that you're truly worthy of that you're someone who's truly capable of achieving those things, the outside is never going to reflect that. When I work with athletes, when I work with leaders on helping them heal from those traumas that they've went through, helping them heal from emotions and subconscious limiting beliefs, I've had athletes, several in 1 week, tell me that they have felt their muscles more at the gym than they had before after healing their emotions. Why? Because when you heal from those emotions, what happens is that you don't have much chaos happening in your mind. So your focus and attention now went down and is in the present moment much more. And when you're more present in the moment, what's happening is that you have more mind-muscle connection. And when you have more mind-muscle connection, you are working the muscles that you're training much more. So your muscles get stronger, you get stronger, you become more focused. And when you're more focused and more present in the moment while you're practicing your craft, you get into something called the flow state or the peak state, where you're fully acting from your highest potential, when you take decisions faster, when you lead with intuition, when your problem-solving skills are like that, and when your body is just putting out there the skills that you have trained it on. You need to be in the present moment. But when you're carrying all of these beliefs and all of these thoughts and all of these emotions, what's happening is that your energy is up there. So in the middle of a training, in the middle of a competition, in the middle of a meeting, in the middle of a performance, whatever it is, you're here, you're in your thoughts. And so you're stopping yourself from reaching your peak. So maybe it needs time for you to deal with your emotions. Not as much as you think, by the way. But maybe it needs time for you to deal with your emotions. But that is definitely going to speed up your growth. And you could see it on my life. A lot of people, I get a lot of messages right now from people who tell me that you've grown so much, so fast. I'm so impressed. No, I haven't. Yes. In the past few years, my growth rate has sprung to people on the outside. They have seen that I've been accomplishing things way more faster, but it's not something that is happening right now because of me getting more opportunities right now. I've been on that internal journey since I was 14 years old. What? I've been on that journey for 14 years, working on my emotions, working on rewiring my mind, working on myself in order for me to get here. So it hasn't been fast. It has been a lot of work. But now it is going to be fast because I learned how to bend time. What is bending time? I'll explain that in some video for sure. Maybe in this one, I don't know how it flows. But at 14, I took a decision that I wanted to take full ownership of my life. I'm not going to play the victim. I'm not going to point fingers on the outside. If I want something, I'm going to get it. I changed my health completely. I started working out every single day. More on that at some point. I started eating healthy. I started creating schedules and that I stuck to, like, I'm not gonna swear. I stuck to the dot. And I decided that I'm gonna get these types of grades. I decided that I'm gonna be this kind of woman. And I started listening and rewiring my brain on Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Tony Robbins, every single day on my way to school in the bus, on my way back from school. Every day I used to run and I used to push myself more and more and more. And in my ears, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas, rewiring my self-talk, rewiring how I think and becoming and clarifying the vision that I have and making it clearer and clearer and clearer until it became Home of Greatness, which is, you're going to see what that's about in the future, near future, hopefully. So really what I've been doing is I've been rewiring everything in my subconscious mind. I've been choosing how I want the cells to function in my body. I've been choosing the thoughts that I want to have in my mind. I've been updating this in my subconscious mind. And I can tell you right now that the life that I am living right now, I chose. I built. It wasn't by coincidence. It wasn't by, oh, I got this opportunity, so now I'm doing so much better. I architectured it. I designed it. Because your life right now, the one that you're living, the one that whether you like it or not, you've chose it. Whether consciously or subconsciously. I made my conscious knowing my subconscious wiring. Right now, your conscious knowing is not aligned with your subconscious wiring. So that's why you constantly have internal fights. Why did I do this? Why do you do this? You should do that. Why? That critical voice is so high. Because you know internally, your soul knows the power of who you are, but you don't act on it because your subconscious mind is wired differently. How is my subconscious mind wired? 50% of it and 50% of who I am is wired from the age of 0 to 7. When you weren't aware of what was going into your subconscious mind. From 0 to 7 years old, we are functioning at theta brain waves, where it's fully subconscious. Our conscious mind and brain hasn't yet fully developed. So what's happening is that we're watching our parents, our caregivers, our teachers act. We're watching them be. And how they're being, how they're acting, how they're deciding, how they're working, how they are loving themselves, how they are talking to themselves, how they are treating other people, how they are treating themselves, how they're going after their goals or not, how they're making money or not, the conversations about money, the conversations about relationships. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes on whatever they tell me what life is all about. Who the hell said that they know what they're talking about? And who the hell said that what they are doing is the right thing for me and for my life? Nobody could tell me otherwise, because nobody was probably aware enough to guide me through that process. It's on me to realize that there's something that is not really clicking with what I truly believe is my full potential, and taking ownership from there. I wouldn't want you to blame yourself for it. You were 7 years old. So you didn't know any better. So you took that on. You took all of these on, and then you started going through different experiences in your life, And then from those experiences, you also gave them different meanings. And those meanings are probably not the right kind of meanings and not the ones that serve you, which is why you're probably not the happiest in your kind of reality, maybe, I'm assuming, in certain parts at least. So things happened, you gave meaning to those things, whether positively, they gave you positive emotions. If you gave them a negative meaning, then they gave you negative emotions. What do I mean by that? So let's say you were younger and you were at school and then your friends backstabbed you and they did, like, I don't trust people anymore. Out of this experience, the meaning that you gave to that experience is that I don't trust people anymore. So from that meaning that you chose, it gave you negative emotions and it gave you a belief. And so from that belief, you took it and you lived your life according to that belief. That belief became a filter through which you see the world. So right now, because I believe that I don't trust people, my brain is gonna look for all the ways to prove me right. Because my brain's main purpose is to keep me safe and alive. Anything that's familiar is safe, and anything that's unfamiliar is dangerous. And that's why most people, whenever they feel like they're not right in a fight, they really get defensive because my ego's trying to protect me. It wants me to be right, so I stay safe, so I stay alive. Because if I'm wrong, I'm in danger, I'm gonna die. This is how extreme my brain takes it. So my brain wants to be safe. It wants to be right. So it wants to look at where am I right? And it's been given an order that I don't trust people. I turned on what I call the RAS. The RAS is the Reticular Activating System. It's like kind of the bouncer that stands at the forefront of a club. And it has a list of all of these names of who to let in and who to let out. We receive thousands of pieces of information per second, but only 50 to 60 of those pieces of information enter our mind or are actually perceived by us. Based on what do I choose to focus on these 50 to 60 out of these thousands and not the other 50 to 60? Why do I choose those? Because my reticular activating system, or that bouncer that's standing at the forefront of my mind, has this list of what are the orders that I've given my mind, my brain, what are the beliefs that I have, what are the stories that I told myself. Whatever is familiar and is identical with those, I'm gonna let in. And whatever is unfamiliar and is not identical to those, I'm just gonna overlook. So if I tell myself that I'm not good enough, my brain is gonna laser focus on where are the people, the opportunities that are gonna prove me right, that I'm not good enough, that are gonna make me feel like I'm not good enough. And everything else that is happening in my life that shows me that I am good enough, I don't notice because I told my mind to focus on that. So when I tell myself that I'm not loved, I'm gonna focus on where I was not loved, where I was betrayed, where I was, not being cared for, and all the little things and the big things that happen that show me that I am loved. I'm not gonna even notice. Think of a thought right now. What is a thought that you always think? A negative one. And if I tell you, you could pause the video to think. If I tell you right now to write down 5 examples on when this actually happened in your life, I know that you're gonna find way more than 5 like that. Because you're so used to finding them, because you're so used to looking for them everywhere. But if I tell you, what is the opposite of this belief? Let's say it's I'm not good enough, or I'm not loved. I am loved. And if I tell you, simple as that, give me 5 examples of when you were loved today. How hard is it gonna be for you to find these 5 examples? Because you're not used to searching for the love. You're used to searching for the lack of it. That doesn't mean that this love doesn't exist. It just means that your radar is going on the other direction, following the order that you have given it. You are the master of your mind and not the other way around. دماغكن ما عنده حكمة. دماغكن مبرمج. روحكن يلي عندها الحكمة. That's why منحس أيام إنه I know I'm meant for bigger than what I'm doing. It's the soul, it's the spire, it's your truth that is telling you you're made of greatness. Go, step out as that. But your mind is wired based on your old thoughts and old beliefs and things that you've picked up on, the outdated thoughts and beliefs. Your mind is wired. And that's a blessing, because what does that mean? There's something called neuroplasticity, or your brain's ability to create new neural pathways. إعادة برمجة عقلكم بس تخلقوا نيورونز جداد. دماغكم قادر يخلق أعصاب جديدة. And that's huge. شو يعني؟ يعني أنا قادرة أغير برمجة عقلي. يعني أنا قادرة أكون a whole other person in a year from now. I can. So, if I can rewire my mind based on what I feed it, not what I've been fed over the years, then I am able to change, then I'm able to grow, then I'm able to heal, then I'm able to become better and more. And as I do that, I'm actually literally capable of changing my gene expression. More on that. It's a little bit more advanced. So, I'm not stuck. So if I'm not happy about my life, that's not my forever. So if I'm not feeling okay, that's not the end. So if I've always felt إنه أنا مش رح يطلع مني شي بحياتي، لا بلا في يطلع مني شي بحياتي، في يطلع شي مني بحياتي. So I can do that. What's the first step? I need to be aware. I need to be aware على شو موجود أنا بعقلي. شو هن الأفكار اللي بفكرهم؟ شو هن beliefs that I have؟ شو هن stories that I've created in my mind؟ من وين إجوا؟ Are they my own thoughts and beliefs and words? Or are they other people's thoughts and beliefs about myself and I've taken them on to become my own? How much of your thoughts are your own? And how much of them are other people's voices? Think about it. And filter. But before you filter, before we go there, the second step is to accept. Accept where you are. Because if you don't accept, you're going to keep fighting yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not okay. I don't feel like I'm strong. لا مش مزبوط. مش مزبوط إنه I'm not okay. لا أنا قوي. أصلاً أنا لازم أكون قوي تقدر أوقف حد العالم اللي بدي أوقف حدا. بس I'm not feeling good and I really believe that I'm not good enough. لا مش مزبوط. I am good enough. بلا. As long as you don't accept where you stand, you're gonna keep having this internal resistance that's gonna stop you from moving forward. I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like I'm not worthy of love, and I'm not happy with my life, and I feel like I'm stuck. Accept it. Because when I accept that this is where I stand, whether I like it or not, then I can ask myself, okay, what do I do from here? Then you can move forward. Do I need to ask for help? Do I need to learn a new skill? Do I need to read a book with that if it's hard for me to ask for help at first? What do I need to do? What's going to help me to get out from here? Acceptance is so overlooked, but so important. So if there's anything that I want you to take away from this episode, is that one, the reality that you live in right now is a result of your actions, your decisions, and the beliefs that you have in your mind about who you are and how your life's supposed to be. Look at those. Awareness is the number one step to change any behavior. Number two is that you're capable of changing that behavior. You're not stuck. You're able to rewire your mind. You need to be aware of what is there and then accept what is there before we talk about the rest. And number three is that a big part of your personality and a big part of your thoughts and beliefs are because of things that you've adopted on from people, from life, and from what society has told you that it's supposed to be like. So remind yourself to constantly update your own internal system, just like you update your phone, like you update your computer, your laptop, update your mind. Number four is to not wait for things to be perfect. Progress over perfection. Start and then make it better. just like I'm doing in this first episode, I will call it my first YouTube channel, even though it's not, but this is how I want it to be. And I hope that as you go with me through this journey, I am a constant reminder, and my journey is a constant reminder for you to go for what you want and what's more authentic to who you are. And to start before you're ready, and then make it better from there. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for trusting me with your time. I will never take it for granted. If you enjoyed this episode and if you thought it was valuable, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share it with the people that you love. See you next time.